Hi, welcome back. I'm Alaina Schwartz. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a lifestyle business. Whether you're an established entrepreneur, which are the kinds of entrepreneurs that I typically work with, or you're a newer entrepreneur, you're going to get tremendous value to understand how to go from a struggle, work harder business to one filled with flow and ease. So stay tuned. We're going to cover how you even define what a lifestyle business is and the questions you should be asking yourself to get clarity on just that. Next, I'm going to reveal the one thing that you need to do to be able to shift to create a lifestyle business starting right now. And by the end of this video, you'll know the easiest way to actually create a lifestyle business that serves you instead of you serving it. So let's dive right in. So a lifestyle business pays you equally in value, in money, in experiences, and in a quality of life, right? Quality of life and having those fabulous experiences are just as important in life as money is. Now, we've been told as a society that what makes us successful is money, but to me, that's not success. Having it all is what makes us successful, right? Having the money that you want to make, having the experiences you want to have, having the adventures you want in life, and being able to do it on your own terms is to me what a lifestyle business is. But let's see what it means actually for you. And why I even bring this up in the first place. It's funny, sometimes when I record these videos, I'm curious about what other people say out there. And one guy was talking about a lifestyle business, creating enough money so he can live in a different country where it didn't take as much money to actually live there and be able to live that life. And I thought, okay, well, that's a lifestyle business for him. That's not a lifestyle business for me. I want to live right here where I live now, how I want to live, exactly doing the business I want to do when I want to do it, and not when I don't want to do it. So I realized that there was a really big difference in how we all define what a lifestyle business is, and the key is to get clarity for you. So let's start with questions that you should be asking yourself to help you understand what it really means for you. The first question you ask is, how many hours and days a week do you really want to be working? That's really clear. When I have my clients get clarity on it, sometimes, when my clients come to me, they're typically working 7 days a week, 12 to 14-hour days. Not always. Sometimes they're working 5 days a week, 12 to 14-hour days. And occasionally they're working 4 hours a day, but because they have small children and they can't understand how to get so much done in less time, and I help them do that. But the key is to understand how many hours a day and days in a week do you want to be working in your business? Do you want to take a whole week off a month, right? I take 3-day weekends, so I don't typically work on Fridays. Every once in a while I'll make an exception, but I don't typically work on Fridays. I also don't start working till 11 a.m. every day because I take my CEO time in the morning to meditate, to do my breath work, to do yoga or weightlifting, whatever it is that I'm choosing to do that day. That's my time, and I don't let anybody else infringe on me having that time. The next question you're going to ask is, how much money do you want to make and why? So many people say, I want a 7-figure business, but why? They want a 7-figure business for a couple of reasons. A, it feels like a major milestone where they feel like they're accomplished, that they have a 7-figure business. And then B, they feel like all their money problems go away when they have a 7-figure business. And I will say that neither one of those are true, right? I work with multimillionaires who still have money issues. So money does not cure the problem. Curing the problem at the root of the problem from the inside out cures the problem in the first place. So you have to really understand, why do I want that money? Now, I've done this exercise before and it's kind of fun, and it's one that I'd recommend for you, is add up all the things you'd actually really want in your life and understand how much would you need to earn a year for you to really have all those things in your life. And it'll give you clarity, because maybe in the beginning there's, bigger expenditures that you want, maybe deposit on a house or something like that. But ultimately, you're going to find that it's probably far less money than you think it's going to take, unless you really want to live a lavish, lush lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just get clarity on why you want that money. Now, the next question that you're going to ask is, where do you want to work? Do you want to be location independent? One of the things that I absolutely love about my business is that I can work anywhere in the world as long as I have an internet connection, right? As long as I have an internet connection, I'm golden. I have clients from all over the world, from Asia all the way to Australia, all over the United States and across Canada, right? Pretty much much, and in Europe as well. So every English-speaking place, I have clients. And that makes it fantastic because it also means I get to meet new people when I go to different countries as well. And I love being able to, I used to call it a backpack lifestyle, but now it's just being location independent, of being able to work anywhere I want, when I want to work. So how do you want to work? Do you want an office, right? Where do you see that office located? Do you want to be location independent? How big a team do you want? These kinds of questions are really helpful to uncover now before you start thinking and setting the intention for your lifestyle business, because the more clarity that you can have around these things, the easier it is going to be to set your intention and make that vision come to fruition. So I alluded to this last thing just a second ago of how big do you want your team to be? Like, I always thought that I'd be, pretty small and end up having a lot of independent contractors, and that's exactly what's happening in my business right now. I'm really the only employee. Everybody else is an independent contractor, and my team works all over. I mean, I do have some team that works in the country, but most of my team, I have a member in Australia, I have one in Canada, and I have another one in the Philippines, right? So do you want to be mean and lean, or do you want to be expansive, employ a lot of people, have a staff of 100? Like, really get clarity on that, because as I said, the more that you can dial this in with that level of clarity, the easier it will be to design your lifestyle business the way that really serves you. Now, one of the things that I'm going to say that I would absolutely recommend you build in is, if it isn't fun, it's not functional, right? So make sure that when you're thinking about what your business is, that it's fun for you. That's really key, that it be fun for you and that you have fun in doing your business, because if it feels like you're a slave to the grind, that isn't fun, and it's not going to be sustainable either. And part of having a lifestyle business is building a business that's actually sustainable to sustain your energy on a regular basis. The other piece that's key to define is your vision and values, right? Of your overall vision. I dialed into some very specific question, but understanding what your overall vision is that you're creating in the world is really helpful to create this lifestyle business around the vision. So you're not trying to squeeze the vision into the business. You actually are building a business around your vision to begin with. Now, one of the things that I teach my clients how to do is tap into their intuition on demand, really connect with their higher self. When you connect with your higher self, you can answer all of these questions from a place that's in your highest good and not from your ego mind. So if you don't know how to connect to your intuition and your higher self, I really recommend that what you do is meditate on these questions, because it will help you get clarity from a level beyond your mind, which is where you want this information to come from, is not your mind. Your ego mind is going to have you chase your tail all the time. You don't want yourself chasing your tail as you're trying to build a lifestyle business, right? So really come to a place of relaxation of your mind so you can get the mind out of the way and get this information from beyond the mind. So in my videos, I teach you how to tap into your intuition. I teach you how the steps that you need to take to collapse your time so you can work less and make more money. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date on all of that content. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Now, there are several steps in building a lifestyle business, in any business, no matter where you are in a business, whether you're at 6 or multi-6 or even 7 figures, or whether you're just starting out, right? Some of those foundational pillars, which I used to teach my clients, which I don't do anymore, is understanding who your ideal dream client is, the marketing strategies that you're going to use to create and generate income, right? Your brand, what your brand is, and things of that nature are the foundational pillars. But this video is going to cover the mindsets you need to create a lifestyle business. Because if your mindset is not in the right place, then even if you have all of those foundational pillars dialed in, you're going to be struggling to build a lifestyle business, because your limiting beliefs are going to hold you back from creating the kind of business that really supports the kind of life that you want. So this video is going to cover the mindset aspect of this. One of the first mindsets is to understand that your business should be serving you. You shouldn't be serving your business. Now, in a certain sense, you're serving your business, but if you're a slave to your business, that's not the kind of service you should be in your business. Your business should be reciprocating and giving back to you equal fold, right? So the understanding is that your business should really be serving you. Almost every single client, as a matter of fact, I haven't had one yet, that comes to me believes that they have to work really hard in their businesses to create the kind of success they want. Now, my clients are already at 6 to 7 plus figure, they have 6 to 7 plus figure businesses. And no matter how many millions they've made, they still believe that it has to be a grind to create the kind of lifestyle that they want. Or if they let up on the grind, they're going to lose the lifestyle they have. That is all limiting beliefs. None of that is actually true, right? You are worthy and deserving of creating a lifestyle that serves you, that allows you to serve at a much higher level because you're living a life that fuels your soul, right? You're worthy and deserving of that. And anything else, whether you believe you're an imposter, whether you believe you don't have the capability to do it, whether you're a perfectionist, all of those are limiting beliefs that are getting in the way of you creating the kind of life that you want. And so the key is to really clear the shiz out of your biz so that you can create the lifestyle business that you've dreamed of when you first started creating your business. Right? So there are many, many ways to do that. And in this video on how to balance work and family life, I actually teach one of the methodologies. Now, the methodology that I actually teach my clients, that's a methodology I used to use with my clients. And I have to be honest, it's a slower way, but it's still a start. But the methodology that I now teach my clients is how to tune into their higher self and use their higher self to go into their subconscious minds and neutralize those limiting beliefs. But because that would take hours for me to teach you how to do that, I can't do that on this short video. So what I'm trying to do is give you tips and tricks that will help you start reprogramming your subconscious mind so you can allow in more ease, that you can allow in more effortlessness, and go from hustle to flow in your business without having to work ridiculously hard all the time, so you can create that sustainable lifestyle business that your heart sings for, right? Now, ideally, like when I was first starting coaching, I happened to have lucked out. I don't believe in luck, by the way. We create our own luck. But I happened to have lucked out and hired a coach that really helped me understand create a lifestyle business from the beginning, right? When you first start your business, make sure you are building all of these things into your business now. It is much harder to reclaim them later on. Now, that being said, I typically help people reclaim it later on, so I'm very practiced and masterful at this, right? But you really have to make a decision. You have to make a decision that your life is as important as the success you're trying to achieve. And when you make a decision about putting yourself first, right? Make the decision right now, I'm putting myself first. And that doesn't mean the ego mind and what the ego mind thinks you should be doing. It means from a higher self perspective of what's really in your highest good to be doing. When you make that decision and you start putting yourself first, you watch time collapse and you watch magic happen as a result, right? And I can tell you this because I've seen it hundreds of times in my clients, that it is possible to reclaim your life and build the kind of business that really excites you, that really lights you up, that provides the travel and the adventure and the income that you want to live your best life while actually you being your best self. And your best self doesn't mean working all the time, right? How could you be your best self working all the time? You can't. How can you show up for yourself, much less those you love around you, when you're working all the time? So being able to really make the decision now and step in and clear these limiting beliefs is so vital for you being able to create this lifestyle business for yourself. So as I mentioned, I'm masterful at helping people collapse time. And so if you want to understand how to work less in your business and make more, then make sure you go into the description, in the link below in the description. And I am offering my free masterclass on 5 ways to shave 20 to 30 hours off of your work week while making more money. So go grab it now, because it's the exact strategy that my clients pay me upwards of 50 grand for me to teach them them on how to collapse their time. And I'm condensing that for you in a bite-sized chunk that will get you started and make ridiculousness of collapsing your time. So go grab that now. It's free. Thanks. I'm Alaina, and I'll see you in the next video.